at this point, it feels like we're living in a simulation because there's no way Apple is allowing us to just literally move whatever app we want and just put it in a random spot, bro. Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Shevon here, back with a new video. And today, I told myself I wasn't gonna make any more iOS videos, but iOS 18 just dropped. I installed it here on my iPhone 15 Pro Max, and it's just too crazy. iOS 18 is insane, and today we're gonna talk about some of my favorite features and some hidden features and some features that Apple, yes, you Apple, you stole from Android. All right, so without any further ado, let's jump right into it. Let's go. Okay, so first and foremost, iOS 18 is not officially out yet for everybody that's watching this video. I'm currently running the beta, so this is the first beta. I personally do not advise you guys to run the beta on your daily driver because there will be bugs, there will be some battery drainage. It's just not perfect. It's a beta for developers, but nosy people like me and probably you just want to try iOS 18 and you can't wait. So here are some of the devices that are currently compatible with iOS 18 up on screen right here. If you don't see your phones, get your bread up, bruh. Get that money up, man. It's time. Gotta do a little upgrade. Now I'm just kidding. But yeah, if you don't see your phone, I'm sorry, you can't get iOS 18. But for whoever has iOS 18 or are willing to learn more about it, this is the perfect video for you. Okay, so first off, we have to talk about Control Center. You might see me looking on my phone right now because I don't really have any notes. I'm just talking off the dome right now because I'm just so intrigued with iOS 18. If you guys didn't know, this whole channel right here started off with jailbreak tweaks and just customizing your iPhone. That's how this YouTube channel was started. So the nerd in me is just going crazy right now. So first off, there's a new Control Center overhaul, and the Control Center is basically just on drugs. It's going crazy. So there's tons of new panels and features that you could do in this Control Center. So first of all, you have this new home layout on the Control Center. So it's like a favorites, and if you swipe down, you could find your music widgets. You swipe down again, you'll find your home tiles where you could control all of your Apple Home devices. And if you swipe down again, you get more information on all your cellular devices, like to enable airplane mode, your AirDrop, your Wi-Fi, cellular data, all that good stuff. But what makes this really fun and unique is that you could literally choose wherever you want to place these icons. So for example, I want to have my, maybe the brightness. I want to change the brightness toggle. I just long press, move the brightness toggle around. I could put that at the bottom. I could move around wherever I want to put these widgets and just customize it to my heart's content. And it doesn't end there. For example, you want to add a control. Now you could see that you could change the text size from here. You could add more stuff from the camera, the clock, the alarm, all the way down to accessibility features. So you have vision accessibility. You could have hearing accessibility as well. It's just crazy how Apple implemented us like so much control over the Control Center. So even like tap to cache, for example, or ping my watch, I think is very useful. So I could just add that ping my watch there. And if I wanted to, I could control the size of the widget as well, as you can see right here. So if I wanted to have a big, super big widget like that, I could. Same thing with the music panel. If I wanted to have a bigger widget like this, I could. I said before, it's a beta, so it's kind of glitchy, but this thing is just next level. Now, there's one thing so far that I don't like with this new Control Center is that they replace the cellular data toggle with the AirDrop toggle. The AirDrop isn't something I use that often, so I definitely want Apple to rethink this one around and put that cellular data widget back up top instead of me have to be clicking into this entire widget to get cellular data. It's just too many steps that we didn't ask for. Also, Apple needs to give us the ability to hold multiple widgets at once and drag them on over to the next page. For example, if I wanted to bring this widget onto the next page, I have to do it individually. Just imagine how long it will take me to customize this if I want to bring a lot of widgets over. All they have to do is just give us the ability to tap multiple widgets and then drag them all at once onto the next page, if it will allow me. The bugs are crazy right now. It's not even going on to the next page. But yeah, you guys get the idea. They need to fix that over on these widgets. So if I'm long pressing on an item right here, select this, select that, and then drag it over to the next page. Just food for thought. The next features that we have is in the Messages app. Now we could schedule messages for the first time ever. So if someone had a birthday coming up and you know you'd probably forget, you could schedule that in advance. Or if you want to text your significant other good morning, any amount of them, you could schedule that and send them a good morning text so you don't forget. It's just crazy. Next up, we have tap back. So tap back, usually whenever you're doing a tap back, it was so basic, you could only tap back to a haha, exclamation, blah, blah, blah. Now it looks even more colorful. It kind of reminds me of Android on the S24 Ultra. When I was using the S24 Ultra, it had really nice, cool tap back animations. So Apple did something similar, but now it could actually enable all the different emojis. So we could choose whichever emoji to tap back with, which I think is way more fun and intuitive. And lastly, Apple is now enabling RCS messaging within iMessage. So basically, RCS is what Android has been using for years, and it's their rich communication services that allows us to send like images without it being compressed. It's basically no more green bubbles if you're talking to Android people. It will just work just like iMessage. And finally, Apple has done that. So there should be no more war between green bubble and blue bubble. Now we're all equal. Also, another thing that's new in the Messages app is this new icon over here with this A, and it's like a format icon. So in here you have bold, italics, and also just a bunch of different like animation that you could add to text. So if you want something to ripple, you just hit the ripple and be like, hitting the lake soon. You send that, and it sends it in a ripple effect, as you can see. So yeah. It's just like a bunch of stuff, guys, and yeah, Apple's just really outdoing themselves with this one. And I think everything they've added so far is really interesting and just makes the whole UI experience way more fun. Another thing that has been added is this passwords app. Now, what's really cool with this passwords app is that it kept all the passwords that you've been using on your iPhone forever. So it categorized them into all. You have passkeys, codes, which is really cool. So if you have apps like Discord or I don't know, some apps that send you like authorization codes, it will store them in here. So there's so many apps that you might lose your password and you need a code to recover it. It will store it in here. You have all the Wi-Fi passwords that you've connected to. So you could come in here, share the passwords, copy them, share it with friends. Super handy. Also, security is all the passwords that you've used on the websites. So any website that you've logged in and saved your password on, it will be stored in here. This password app, really cool. Thank you, Apple. Now, this is where things start to get a little interesting in iOS 18 because now we could finally lock apps and even hide those apps. So you could select any app you want. It doesn't matter what it is. All you have to do is just long press on an app and then you'll see a require Face ID pop up. You click that require Face ID and now you could require the Face ID to open it, or you have the option to hide and require Face ID. Now when you hide this app, it brings it over to the hidden widgets all the way over on the app drawers. So it'll be in the hidden widget folder, but if someone is searching on your phone, they will never see that app pop up. So I don't know, if you're in a relationship and you have the Hinge app, you know what I'm saying, you don't want your wife to see that Hinge app, this is the perfect feature for you guys out there. So now you could just hide app, or even kids. Like I always asking, yo, do you have a game on your phone, blah, blah, blah. Just hide the app or enable that Face ID and lock onto it. Super useful. The next feature that I found really interesting is the calculator app. Yes, I know, it sounds pretty boring, but the calculator is now on drugs, bro. It's going crazy. So first of all, this is the calculator app that I just opened right here. So as you can see, you could choose from basic, scientific, and then you have math notes, which I think is really, really cool. So in math notes, you could now have handwritten notes, and it gives you, basically, it just answers the questions for you depending on the equation you do. So for example, right here, let me just scribble in a little equation. So it's probably better to do on the iPad, but all you have to do is just go to that pencil tool right here, and I'll just put some random stuff. 1/10 times 2 equals, you see, it showed me 0.2. So if you want to do math equations and you want Apple to help you answer your homework because you're too lazy, here you go. Math notes, game changer. Also, we have to touch on the fact that you could now convert stuff. So if you're in the calculator app and you go to convert, now you could convert different currencies. So if, for example, Canadian dollars, if I want to type in 100,000 Canadian dollars, the Canadian dollar is so low, bro. Now that shows us how much it is in euros, which is 67,699 euros and 94 cents. Yeah, pretty handy. But usually I always just ask Siri this. Hey Siri, what's 100,000 Canadian dollars in euros?
The answer is 67,650 euros.
Damn, I guess the price changed during that last 5 seconds. That's crazy. I've been on iOS 18 for the past like around 24 hours, and one thing that I found that's changed is the new Photos app. At first glance, it was super confusing, but the entire thing got a new redesign. It's crazy how I don't know even where to start. To me, it's just gonna take some time to get used to, but just having like a bunch of new tiles now. Everything is just rearranged. I said before, it's changed, so it will take some time. And Apple even give us the option to customize it to how we would like to see the different tiles and widgets, which is really cool. You could also organize it from filters, right? So if you look closely in the Photos app, where the up and down is just like a filter button right on the bottom left. If you click that, you could show or expand the filters to show like your favorited, your edited apps, your photos, videos, screenshots, screen recordings, or you could select all items. And the same thing, you could choose sort by recently added or sort by the date captured. So I'm still learning this photo app right now, and to me it had the the biggest learning curve so far in iOS 18 for me personally. Another app that got a fresh redesign and overhaul is the setting app. If you just jump right into it, it might look normal, but if you scroll down, you can see that it's finished quick. And that's because they categorized a lot of things right here. For example, all the apps is now in a subfolder. So if you click the apps right here, you can find all your iOS apps and also third-party apps inside. Also, if you go to general, you can see a lot of more subcategorized folders in here, and they basically just cleaned up the settings app and made it way more easy to use, and it just overall just simplified. Welcome change. Now, for all the Android fanboys out there, I've discovered 4 features on iOS 18 so far that Apple literally ripped from Android. So all the Android fanboys, thank me later. Have fun with this one. First up on the list, we have to start about the home screen customization, bro. You know what I'm saying? At this point, it feels like we're living in a simulation because there's no way Apple is allowing us to just literally move whatever app we want and just put it in a random spot, bro. Yes, I know Android has been doing this for years, but it's finally on the iPhone. If you guys watch any of my iPhone setup videos, you know the struggle and pain, bro, we had to go through just to put an app where we desired. Now we could literally do it easily, no third-party apps required, no weird screenshot method. It just works. It's crazy to me, but it works. And yes, that's something that Apple stole from Android. And also, we could now literally customize our app icons. Another thing that I've done before, I've even sold app icons. As you can see, I'm currently using my app icon on my iPhone because I think it still looks cleaner. But now we get to customize our app icons. So what we could do is just change the tint of it. So just changing the hue, we could go through the entire hex code, all the spectrum, and change how the app icons look to match the background that we're seeing. Now, one thing I don't like about this tinted stuff is that it could get real messy. You know what I'm saying? Like if you don't have the sauce and the drip, it might look disgusting, especially when it's over widgets. It just does too much and it colorizes the entire widget and sometimes just doesn't look good. So I would just go easy on this tinted feature. Don't overdo it, but I'm sure you guys could come up with a lot of things that look really nice. Also, we could change the app sizes now, so we could have a large app size, and I think that even removes the text underneath the app icons as well. So yeah, home screen customization has got pretty interesting on iOS 18, and I can't wait to see your guys' setup. So if you're in my Discord server, hop on over there, share your home screen setup with us so we could all just, you know, look and compare how every setup looks. And yeah, so far I've been having fun with this home screen customization stuff. It doesn't end there though. On the lock screen, we could finally now change the lock screen widgets. Again, that's something Apple took from Android. And when I say lock screen widgets, I'm talking about the lock screen widgets on the bottom. So for all these years, we could only just use the flashlight and the camera app. But now if we edit the lock screen, customize, and go to the lock screen, as you can see, we could now switch out the flashlight or the camera for whichever app we'd want, which is insane. So it could even open like third-party apps. We could set an alarm. Like the possibilities are endless. Apple literally held nothing back with this update. They just gave us the freedom to just do whatever we see fit, and I don't know, it just feels like it's not real, but yes, we can do this stuff right now, and it's a welcome change. But at the end of the day, I'm always gonna stick with the flashlight and the camera because to me, that's just the most sensible thing to do. Another feature I found that's implemented in iOS 18 that Android had way before from like 2021 is the ability to live record calls. So phone calls, you could live record those phone calls, and I think it will prompt the person on the other side to like let them know like, hey, you're being recorded. And the good thing about this is that it transcribes the recording into text form as well. So that's pretty cool. I'm not sure why you'd use this, maybe for meetings and stuff like that, but don't get weird with this stuff. But the ability to natively record your calls is now here in iOS 18. Next feature that Apple stole from Android is cleanup. So now in the Photos app, if there's someone in the background, it uses Apple Intelligence AI. By the way, that whole new Apple Intelligence stuff, I will have a video coming on that soon as we get access to it, because I've been playing around with the iPhone and I don't think the Apple Intelligence feature is out yet. So maybe in the next coming beta, so stick around because I'm gonna do a full video on that because it's just crazy. Anyways, with that new features in the Photos app, you'll be able to erase stuff from the background. It uses AI, merges them together and makes it look like the person or object was not there. I mean, Google has been doing this with the Magic Eraser tool since around 2021 when the Google Pixel came out. So yeah, that's another feature Apple took from Android. And there are probably more, but those are the 4 features that I could find. But also, it's welcomed. I'm not hating. I love it over here. Now, there's a couple small features that I just had to throw in here as well, is that new flashlight animation. So if you enable the flashlight in iOS 18, you could now increase the intensity, specify the width of this flashlight. Now the thing with this is that I feel like every time I'm just controlling the width by swiping left or right, it increases and decreases the flashlight intensity a little bit, but that's just something cool. Another thing that I found that was really interesting in iOS 18 is the fact that we could now have like weird animations on the side. So it's like squeeze animations. I don't know what to call it, but I'm just gonna call it a squeeze animation. So if you click the volume up or volume down, it's almost as if you're squeezing the phone inside, and I don't know, that is something cool. I don't know who would have thought of that. If you took a screenshot as well, you could see the phone squeezing, and it's just like only Apple would do some weird shit like this, but it's now in iOS 18, and yeah, just small details like that I think is pretty cool. But yeah, that's gonna wrap up this video, guys. Those are over probably 20 features that I found in iOS 18 that I think personally was really cool. Let me know what you guys think about this brand new iOS 18 update. Will you be getting it? Will you not be getting it? And let me know your favorite features down below in the comments. As always, love, peace, and tweaks. Signing out. Catch you in the next video.
I crack a smile while hide behind my confidence. Them same lips you be kissing, yeah, this loving ain't anonymous. This is pure enjoyment. I'm sitting back and I'm pondering. Thank God for you. Will always take what you offering.